What is up, everybody? So, a little bit of summary behind this video. It's kind of crazy. So, we fished the MLF High School Open at Lake Chickumaga last weekend, 2 weeks ago. And we've never fished Chickumaga or anything like that. Nothing really super like that's alike Chickumaga. And we fished it, fished the tournament. Practice sucked. The tournament, we hooked 5 fish. We could have had a limit, but we lost every single fish at the boat. Or we did catch one giant catfish. That was it. Like, one blew up on a frog, missed it. Couple on lipless, missed those. Missed a couple other bites. I mean, it was crazy. But we go back. We zeroed during the tournament. No fish. We go back, sit down for an hour at the camp, and be like, oh, this sucks. Watch the high school weigh-in. And we go back out. And we absolutely put a whooping. We caught probably 40 fish or something. Now, I don't know if it was that many, but we caught a lot of fish. And some pretty good ones, too. So, that's what you're going to see in this video. We caught almost every single fish on a little 2.75 Bassmooch Smash paddle. And the Jiggy Wiggy jig heads on a Level NGX medium light. So, if you want to go check out those products and a lot of other things like it, those Smash paddles are perfect. Those small ones are perfect for this time of year. But if you want to go check some of those out, I'll leave my link in the description below. If you want to use that link when you buy anything through them, it'll help me out a ton, and I greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, enjoy all the white bass and yellow bass and big largies that we caught.
Hey mate, do we still make the 302 crate motor?
Yeah.
Just
I found every place I found. I can get a 4.6 motor too, but they're a little more expensive. That's the reason why I would like to have.
where's that at? On the inside. Where?
If I could get a
Oh, by that
302, I'll just throw a carburetor on it.
Oh, I see it. They've been going there for like 10 minutes. Crank them up. Don't fall down. That. You let him drive? Yeah. Inexperienced.
You can't. There's some kind of sign. I don't understand that. Usually an engine's an engine, and they just.
Yeah. Don't get too close. Why that heron was sitting too? Hate those things. Josh says 20 to 30 yards. Or back up.
Like I can go. I got O'Reilly. Who they get their remans from. The manual transmission set up is $400 more than the automatic transmission.
They're going again. They make more of the.
Well, I don't know, or if it's because it has to be.
Oh, there he was.
The manual
Got him.
has to be.
Hey, you caught a fish?
No, my gosh.
Bro, that rattle trap is not doing you any good.
You
Camera's on the wrong side.
set the hook, man. Set the hook.
There's a camera behind him. Oh, is there? Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but I don't know how you didn't get that hook set, but it didn't set.
There it was again.
They've done that. Was that the 4th time today?
Yeah.
Y'all had a fish on, and then
That felt decent too. That you can change. We're gonna buy some pliers, change them,
Dang.
and we'll start changing the hooks on all my marbles. Cause this is, oh my gosh, dude, getting bit so much. They're just half eaten.
Who's at the front door? It's actually Amazon.
There he is.
Either the mail or Amazon. Mail have all been blowing me up all day. You actually catch one now?
Oh, we're gonna find out.
you should get up front so you can get your stuff on camera or turn the camera straight.
Hey, there you go. A white hybrid.
It's a fish. White bass hybrid something. I ain't gonna complain.
It's a white something.
I mean, it's all on the GoPro. We don't know. We'll take it. on the little rattle trap. I think this is a white. I want to say white. Usually hybrids have their lines on their backs a little more broken up, but good fish. Oh, they're going over here now. We've been going nuts in the middle over here for a minute. Just watch the depth. I don't know how deep it is. There we go.
Foot right here. I just don't know. You gotta go around that way or just around?
Oh, it's another white bass, dude.
That's probably
That's a
what
yellow
all
bass,
is.
actually. I ain't finna climb. Hey. I ain't trying to mess with this jit. I don't wanna hook him out here. I step in the shoot this.
I'm in your way. There's a big one right here on this ledge.
Get out of here. Why all them be making that? It's a big.
Yeah,
Is that how that works?
I've seen it.
Huh.
$6,500. It's got 176,000
Can you get off my
pounds on it.
underspin, you little boy? Please.
It's in Candler.
Oh, there he is. Is he big in your net?
No, we're good.
I think it's a little white bass. Ski him in. Ski him. Yay! I caught a fish.
Hey.
Is that a white? Is that a...
So right here we're going to start a voiceover. I'll put me in a little bubble in the bottom. So the reason I'm doing this voiceover is my dad and Isaac's dad were talking about a lot of the stuff from this hurricane, and some of it I don't think I could put on YouTube and it'd be appropriate because it's talking about a lot of the tragedies and stuff like that. So we're not going to put it on YouTube. We'll do a voiceover for a little bit. It's not super long. We'll talk about what we were doing, because I didn't explain it super well, what we were doing to catch our fish this evening. During the tournament, we went south to a place, I think it was Grasshopper Creek. No good there. There's so many fish everywhere, and I don't know why we just have had such a hard time getting them to bite. But we went there first, nothing. Then we went to another creek next to it, and we hooked multiple fish. We just lost them, caught like a 6-pound catfish, whatever. And then after that, we found some grass mats, nothing. After that, weighed in. We didn't weigh in because we had no fish. Went back to the marina. We had a boat slip parked there. Sat there an hour, went back in the water, and this happened. We caught around, I think, 25 or so in that area. So what we did was we stayed at the Blue Water RVs Resort on the north side of Chickumaga. And that is in the cove where we fished. That is also in the cove where the Dayton boat ramp is, where the tournament was launching out of. The college and the high school MLF tournaments were launching out of that day. And we launched, or the tournament launched out of there, and we have a thing, and we've seen it everywhere. Especially, you can read it in I think it's October Bassmaster magazine this year's. There's a whole section about fishing close to where the fish get dumped, especially like close to when they got dumped, because they have a period of a really good aggression. And I don't know if this is what we found. I don't think it was, but it could be. And they'll be super aggressive for like the first day that they get dropped off. I mean, we were still fishing a half a mile away from the boat ramp, so they could have traveled that far, but they might not have. But what we found, we went a quarter mile right, so where the Blue Water Marina is, if you know Chickumaga at all, the Blue Water Marina is, we just went right down that cove and found a shallow flat through the narrow tunnel, or channel, and with that shallow flat right there on the right, probably a quarter mile down the creek, is where we were. It's like a 2 foot of water and a foot of water in most places, so it's sketchy. It's 2 or a foot of water under our trolling motor, so probably in like 3 or 4 foot of water. But it's a big shallow flat, and it was covered in white bass and I guess some largemouth. We saw a dude catch like a 4.5 pound largemouth on this flat. We didn't catch any largemouth specifically on the flat. We caught all our white bass on the flat. We caught all of our largemouth on the bank where the flat was, where it was still flat, and there was some grass. There was a grass mat on the bank, and then it tapered off. There was still a little bit of grass, and there was a ton of shad, and the largemouth were pushing those shad up to that bank close to that flat, and that bank was only a foot. That bank was probably 2 foot or a foot of water because of how shallow it was. Like we were casting our 1/16 ounce jig heads up there, and we were having to reel them medium, reel them fast with our rod tips high because they would hit the bottom. So that's how shallow it was. And we were just reeling, had our little Bassmooch Smash paddles in the Mickey Pearl, I think, color, because the water was still a little stained. And we had those, and we were fishing those, and that's how we were catching our fish. So they imitated those shad those shad that were in the lake. Those baby, I think they're baby gizzards. They imitated those really well. And that's how we caught most of our fish. They would start schooling some of the times we caught some fish. They wouldn't sometimes, and we were catching a lot of our fish. We would hit grass, and we would rip it out of the grass. That was another way we caught fish. As soon as we ripped it out of the grass, they would eat it. That's another way. But that's how we were catching our fish, using spinning rods and stuff. We caught a couple white bass on lipless crankbaits on that dock on another bank where the white bass were blowing up. But literally, it was like a once-in-a-lifetime deal. There were so many fish blowing up on this flat. Like there was a 50-yard radius at points where there'd be that whole 50-yard radius, the whole thing. There was fish busting everywhere. It was for like a minute straight. It was nuts.
Why is there baits in the
So
net?
that's how that was.
Boom, baby.
I'm gonna keep the audio on, but I'm gonna turn it down some, if you get what I'm saying. So I'm gonna keep it on so you can hear some stuff,
Wow, no kidding.
but I'm gonna turn it way down so like some of the
Yeah, that is right.
other things are a little bit harder to hear, or some of where the good stuff happens. I will just go silent or whatever because I'm trying to make this one long clip.
Fish on this thing is so much. Look how much that rod's been there. It's probably the smallest fish.
But Chickumaga is definitely a great fishery. If you know how to fish it, it can be incredible. I think our main problem was we were fishing in the wrong area. In the wrong areas, we were fishing more dirty water. And there's a lot of fish out in the main lake, main river channel, which we weren't aware of, and we could have caught them cranking, which we did not do. And I think just wrong presentations of bait, lots of pressure, big college tournament, big high school tournament, lots of pressure, and that affects bass and how they act. So I think those are the reasons why we didn't do good in the tournament. We just found a good feeding period, and we capitalized on it and caught a ton of fish, and it was super fun. Days like this are amazing. But all of our fish, except those first couple white bass, were caught on a smash paddle, either on a Yum jig head or the Bassmooch Jiggy Wiggy jig head. And smash paddle is a small 2.75 inch, and the Mickey Pearl. I was catching them on my Level NGX 7.1 medium light, fast, perfect rod for that kind. It's really a really good all-around spinning rod for finesse tactics, drop shots, Ned rigs, stuff like this, Demiki rigs, little swim baits, stuff like that. They have the 7-foot medium moderate, which is better for your wacky rigs, your shaky heads, your heavier stuff that you would throw on your spinning rod, and then there's the 6, I think it's a 610 light fast, and that's better for your jig head minnows. So Isaac was using a medium light Lew's American Hero combo. That thing bends ridiculous. I don't know why. It's the same medium, 7-foot medium light that mine is. I guess it's just the blanks that are in the rods. The blank that I have, I think, is a little heavier. It's a 40-30 Japanese blank in my Level NGX rods. Throwing that 10-pound Zing katana braid. And I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but I was winging that is a 1/16 ounce jig. 1/16. That's light. That's really light. That's like crappie, almost. I was chucking that thing 40, 50 yards with that braid. Yeah, the 10-pound braid, awesome. But I think the Zing braid, it doesn't fade. It hasn't faded. I haven't broke off as many times. I feel like it's harder to fray, and I can just cast further. Okay, here's one of my favorite clips of the night. We doubled up at the exact same time.
His insurance is gonna cover his truck, but they won't cover.
There we go, doubled up.
And the one I caught was like a almost 3 pounder. That was the biggest fish we caught all night, which I was kind of surprised. Chickumaga holds some monsters. The winner of the college tournament had 28 pounds, for reference. That's 5-6 pounders. I think mine's bigger. Oh yeah, mine's bigger. Yeah, I was hype.
Where was this earlier, man?
Yeah, why are y'all coming? How is this happening? Y'all
Smash paddle, baby, on that rubber ride. Let's go.
So, next time we fish a tournament here.
It was great. And the bass cat did so good in the shallow water. The bass cats can probably get in a foot of water, easily.
Yeah.
We just raised Bob's machine, jack plate all the way up and trimmed the motor all the way up so it wouldn't stick in the water, so it wouldn't bump. And we were just trolling around, super shallow water. Bass cat did great. Ride's really good on plane and shallow water. That channel is only like 6 foot deep, so it rides really well in the back. Yep, 2 pounds 10 ounces. This new Bubba Pro Series scale is incredible. It's a little on the up there on the price range, but it's great because you can keep bags, you can run competitions. With the most fish you've caught, it'll tell you the biggest fish you're catching. It'll automatically cull fish for you. So if you have a bag of 1.5, like say you have 4 3-pounders and you have 1 2.5 and you catch a 3.5, it'll automatically cull out that 2.5. It'll tell you, all right, it wouldn't cull out. So it has a little screen, and when you weigh your fish and you lock it, and there's the slots below it. You have to select the slot that you want to put that fish, the weight, into in your bag, and it automatically puts it on that slot where the smallest fish is. And I think that's really cool. It makes everything super easy, especially if you have colored cull tags. I guess Bubba makes a set of cull tags that are really good with this scale. But if you have those, it automatically color codes those to the numbers and colors on the scale. So like 1 white, 2 blue, and it'll tell you that. So okay, you need to cull out blue. You need to call out purple, whatever. And I think that's really cool. And there's a bunch of different modes, like competition mode, bag mode, stuff like that. It's crazy. So let me give you a rundown on what I had on the deck as well for the tournament. What I had on the deck here, I only used one thing. What I had on the deck for the tournament, I had 2 heavy rods. There were some free rods that I got at a tournament years ago. They're the only heavy action rods I have because you don't use heavy action a lot in the Carolinas because you're mainly chasing offshore. There's not much grass or anything. 7.3 heavy with a frog and 7.3 heavy with a flipping setup. The flipping setup had a Bassmooch tungsten with a Gamakatsu EWG hook and a Bassmooch. It was either the brawler bug or the craw. I can't remember the craw exactly. The ecto craw. No, not the ecto craw. Something like that.
It's sad.
It's just smaller. It looks like it's very similar to the Zoom speed craw. It's that one. It's that craw. I can't remember it. It might be the BM bug. I think it's a BM bug. But I had that on the flipping setup, so I was flipping. And at a point, I put the lynchworm, a black lynchworm, Bassmooch lynchworm on there to flip around the edge. And that, we didn't catch any fish doing it. I got to blow up on a frog. On my 7.3 medium heavy, I had a bone, a Berkeley chop bone, a 105, with 30-pound zinc katana braid in the army green color. On my 7-foot medium heavy, the
Bubba Pro Series?
NGX rods.
Good stuff.
Oh, they're scoop. Okay. This is the dad. We took the dads off so they could go cook, and we finished off. So I will stop the voiceover here. Let you watch the rest of the video. So, make sure you watch the end. We catch a few more fish. One that looks like one from a tournament long ago. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and enjoy.
Pound and a half or that freaking chubby, dude. bugs, though, dude.
Oh yeah, you better.
He's like that one we caught.
Oh
He's spotted. He's got a disease, bro.
What is that?
Largemouth.
He should weigh.
Yeah.
He's skinny though, but
Right there. Scales right next to him.
off.
Yeah, you just hold the middle button. It turns off after. It's got a 5-minute shut off. So it's safe. Alright, I'm making one more cast.
I'll get one more. Either one more or 6:15. One more, I'm done.
Bro asked for one more. You got one more.
Oh, yellow bass. Weird color. That's a yellow bass. Hey. Oh yeah, these have the stupid gill plates where they freaking sharp. Last fish. It's dark. Had a great evening. Tournament today was not good. But this evening it's made up for it tenfold. We got the ball. We'll probably come back in the morning, or at least I will. I definitely will be. That'll do it. If you guys did enjoy this video, please hit the like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Also hit the sub button as well if you're not subscribed already. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Scale.